heard an amazing story. I hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I did. If you enjoy it half as much as I did, we're on a good plane. So, during this time between Bein HaMetzarim, we were speaking about this morning that Chazal wanted to make sure that we're going to remember that it's Bein HaMetzarim. It's not a regular Monday out of the year. Rather, it's specifically during these 3 weeks that we have to remember the Beit HaMikdash, all the more so because we're between the tragedies of the dates of Yudayim B'Tammuz and Tisha B'Av. Chazal wanted us definitely to be mindful of the fact that we still do not have the Beit HaMikdash, as we were discussing this morning. A beautiful mashal was given. There was a certain man close to the king. He became all the way up in the rankings to be his assistant. He was the second to the king, right-hand man of the king. Everything that the king needed, he gave to this man to be able to do. Secret missions, secrets of the kingdom, missions that only certain people next to the king were able to fulfill. He sent this man plus other people. He became so close to the king, and one day he finds out, through a rumor that was passed, he finds out that it's true, that he was letting out information of the kingdom for money, for monetary value. He was getting money from another kingdom, getting money because he was letting out information. Obviously, this deserves the death penalty. You can't be a type of person like this and be right next to the king. Such chutzpah. But on the flip side, he was very close to the king, and he actually did big favors for the king himself. And the king didn't know what to do. On one side, he's a traitor. He's a spy. On the other hand, he's one of my best friends, and he's a good person that did a lot for me, a lot for my family, his personal life of the king. So he didn't know what to do with him. He said, look, I don't have the heart to kill him. He's literally one of my best friends. But on the flip side, he deserves death. But at least what we're going to do, we're going to send him to jail for 6 months. We're going to send him to jail for 6 months. So he said to the guards, make sure that he gets the worst treatment in jail. For the beginning, the worst treatment. Send him in a 4x4 cube, only have a slot there to receive food, doesn't see daylight, won't be able to go outside to do outdoor activities, work out, play in the gym, whatever it is that they do in jail, watch TV nowadays. So that's exactly what happened. And every day, the assistant was crying to the guard, saying, please get me out of here. Please remind the king how much you did for him. Please do anything. I have to see the daylight. Let me have visiting hours. Please, something. Get me out of this 4x4 cube. Day by day, this went on. Finally, 3 months into it, 90 days later, the king said, you know what? He's been there for 3 months. Get him out of there. Go put him in a regular cell. He's going to continue to be in jail, but put him in a regular cell. So the guy was so happy, so relieved. He goes from a 4x4 cube. Finally, he gets to go outside and play. He finally gets to see his family. They come for visiting day. Finally, he gets to watch some television. Finally. So he gets so used to being treated so nicely, comparatively speaking, to what happened before, that he stops asking the guards to remind the king to get him out of jail. He was asking every day, please get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of jail, get me out of jail, get me out of, at least get me out of here. At least he was asking to get out. And finally, once he got his request to be released from his little prison cell, now he's in regular jail system, he stopped asking to get out, and he just started living normally. He was very happy, he was very satisfied with just living the way he was living in jail. Because comparatively speaking, it was a big upgrade. So the Rav who was saying this story, he says, this is us. This is Ahm Yisrael. Ahm Yisrael, Hashem puts us through such torture sometimes, such galuyot, such situations like inquisitions, that we're just begging Hashem, get us out of here. God forbid, World War I, World War II, we're begging Hashem, get us out of here. Anything but this. Anything but this. I don't want to be here. Hashem gives us a relief. He gives us a nice Yeshua. And then what happens? We stop asking for the goal. The goal is to get out of jail. Living in Miami is not the goal. Sorry to break anyone's heart, but this is not the goal. Living here a Jewish life with a nice house and a nice car and a beautiful family is not the goal of life. That's definitely not the goal. Our goal is to be in Eretz Yisrael with Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mehera b'yameinu. Chazak Baruch to you too. So, but when we unfortunately think that this is okay, that this is beseder, this is fine, this is exactly the way I want, everything's going great, I have a job, everything's going great, I have my kids in Jewish school, everything's going great, my friends are with me, I have a Breslov center, I have a shul to go to, I have a neighborhood, this is fine, this is A+, there couldn't be better than this. That's the biggest churban in the entire world. That's the biggest churban, that we took our minds off of the goal, and right now we're sitting in jail. Right now we're sitting in jail and we don't even know that we're in jail. Just like the person in the example, that he thought that comparatively speaking, he was in Gan Eden. He was able to go play basketball, he was able to go down and work out, he was able to have his food, whatever it was, dietary supplements, he was able to have whatever he needed. But that was not the goal. He made the tremendous mistake of thinking that that's it, Ad Kan. No, this is not Ad Kan. Right now, every single day in Shemona Yisrael, every single time we do Birkat HaMazon, we remember Bonei Yerushalayim. Why did the Chazal specifically put it in everything we're going to say throughout the day? Because the whole point of being in Galut right now, is to be able to prepare us for being able to go to Eretz Yisrael. And Bezrat Hashem, Bimhera Be'emenu, before Tisha B'Av even, we'll be able to have the true goal of life, to be able to be in Eretz Yisrael with Mashiach Tzidkenu, and not to be fooled, God forbid, by anything that happens here, however well it may be. Chazak Baruch.